You just buy your tomatoes or you buy your yam and you walk away. But the political leaders are the ones dividing this country because of whatever reasons they have. Maybe the struggle for power and what have you. So they usually remind us where we come from. And I want to tell people of Nigeria that, look, it's not about the peasants that are fighting today. Because you won't find President Muhammadu Buhari's children in that market. Professor Oshibajo's children will not go to that market. You won't find any of the governors also using that kind of place to buy their stuff. It's the ordinary Nigerians. So why all this? So the leadership must not talk, must not just talk. They must act. And when they are acting, they should not act selectively. And that's what people there have been saying, that look, they allege that some of the Hausa boys there, they usually come to the market with knives, with some weapons. They didn't mention gun, but they've been telling the security operatives, but nobody has been doing anything. The governor of Oyo State, well, in his usual style, you know, a popular governor who still wants to remain popular, is not stepping on the ground on time to make sure that they nip this kind of thing in the bud. And that is what is lacking. The problem is not with the ordinary people, it's the leadership. If you show them the path to go and you are ready to enforce your own laws, look, imagine you declared a curfew and it was not respected. What kind of government is that? So from the center down, you know, to individual states, we have crises that are waiting to happen. If the center will not act, you know, proactively, if the governors are not on, you know, putting their foot on ground on time, because concerning, they came in very late. The damage had been done before they came in. They brought Operation Boss, it was too late. The police came, it was too late. The damage had been done. So the problem lies with the leadership.
All right.
Let them not divide the people. Let them act on time. When people are bound to have issues amongst themselves, but what do as a government? You try to mitigate it so that it does not happen at all, or when it happens, you can control it.
Okay. What are your thoughts on comments, you know, flying all around social media that police officers who were deployed to maintain law and order began to take sides with one particular ethnic group? Would you say this, I mean, from your assessment of what happened on ground, would you say this was fact or just another misinformation just to, you know, put some more ethnic coloration to this crisis?
No, I heard that. I didn't see that happen. Because of course, as a journalist, you also have to be close to some of these policemen, especially the public relations officers. I didn't see that. At the same time, I didn't just listen to the police side. I also talked to people. See, what is going on in Oyo State is that since the EndSARS thing happened, this is the part of the aftermath of the EndSARS. The police in Oyo State have not gone back to work fully, even after we had a change of guard in the CP. You now have a woman that is there. It's still the same thing because Ibadan happened to be one of those cities where policemen were killed, and the policemen are still, you know, vexing. They are still thinking that they have not taken care of them the way they should. That, in fact, they were asking whether all of them were bad officers, that they had some good officers. Why did they have to begin this kind of treatment? And that's where the governor needs to step in. So whether they took charge with one ethnic group or the other, I didn't see that, but I heard some people saying it. But you know, you have to be very careful here. I told someone to show me a video where a policeman allegedly slapped one man. He said he couldn't get a video. Some people said another person had the video. You know, when even some eyewitnesses might not be credible. So we have to be very careful so that we don't escalate the crisis that is going on in the country presently. So maybe it's another misinformation or disinformation there. I don't know. But I tell you, the police are yet to get back to work fully in Oyo State. And that's where this matter escalated up to this level.
Yeah, it's you know, something that we've always spoken about, you know, the response to crisis, the response of the Nigerian security agencies when there's a crisis in certain parts, you know, and of course compare that with what happened at the Lekki toll gate over the weekend and the show of force that you could see there. But there's something else that I want to, you know, get your thoughts on, you know, which I think is also very important. As I've started to see it online, there's a campaign that seems to be starting online. It says hashtag the North remembers and hashtag stop killing Northerners. It seems to be drawing a narrative and sympathy towards a narrative that Northerners are being attacked in the Southwest and in other parts of the country. Do you see this as dangerous, if this narrative continues to grow, and how can that be tackled?
It is very dangerous, very scary. It's going to be counterproductive, and nobody will be immune from the escalation if it does escalate. Again, I want to beg the leadership of this country, President Muhammadu Buhari, should wake up. If he needs to come to the South to talk to people, not just to the people from the North. I don't want to see my president as the president of the North. I still see him as the president of Nigeria. But his body language so far has been hot and cold. When you have a kind of lukewarm attitude to issues like this, then you are caught in trouble. So please, if you cannot come down here, you should send people. Find out why, because it's not the first time we're having this. Let nobody say it's because these people are in place, that's why you're having this crisis. I covered the K2-12 crisis in 2002, so I know what I'm talking about. But why is it going up now? It's because some people are going to gain from this. If we allow this to get into a civil war, let me tell you that some people are there to sell bullets. Some are there to sell guns. These are the people. If you read the book Economics of War, you will understand what happens. It's an industry on its own. Some people want us to fight as a people. Some people want to leave this country, set up their own nation, and they think it's only war that can happen. So the leadership should not just take all these things slightly. They should be serious about it. Okay. What are the things causing this? If you cannot lay your hands on it, go to the locals and ask questions. There are deep-seated, issues that some people have that it only needs a spike. They will begin to attack themselves. So again, it's about leadership. And to the followership. See, before I had my own car, I will go through commercial buses. I never asked for once where the driver of that vehicle is from. You just believe that this driver will take you to your destination. That is the way we should take the leadership, not from where anybody comes from. Because the ordinary people, they live together. Go look at market, Ladiko market, where they sell spare parts. You have Yoruba people there, you have Igbo people there, but anytime they also have issues. It's also because some ethnic bigots, some of them politicians, will step on this matter and begin to tell you, some people will say Lagos is no man's land. Then another group will come and say, look, we can live anywhere. Why are we always in this kind of situation? Leadership failure. If we correct that, every other thing, we fall in line.
All right.
Thank you very much, Sir Samson Akindele, the General Manager, Fresh FM Nigeria. We appreciate your time and thoughts on The Breakfast.
Thank you. God bless Nigeria.
God bless you.
Stay with us. We've talked crisis back to back this morning, from NSAS to the Mietiala and, of course, now to Shasha Market.
The sad thing is, just like what you see in Nigeria, the government or the governor will come and say there's a committee he's going to set up, there's a panel. Let's just get answers. Let's just get justice for the victims.
Governor Seyi Makinde has had a pretty rough couple of months. Good luck to him, and I hope that he is able to step in here as a leader of the state and act in ways that would create more peace. There's also traditional rulers. The Alaafin of Oyo is still very much present and alive, and we hope that these persons should be able to step in at a time like this and ensure that Oyo continues to be a very peaceful state. The emotions are heightened, the tension, the sentiments, there's so much that the smallest thing right now can create an ethnic crisis that we can deal with.
See, I've watched a couple of videos, from different countries, in the West, how they advocate patriotism. They don't talk about whether I'm from this state or this region or from the Midwest or wherever. It's patriotism to the country. I think we need a focus on that in this country. for us to get to a point where our own loyalty, our own, pride basically is for Nigeria, not just, when you see somebody, the first thing is, where are you from? Oh, I'm from this part of the country. Oh, my brother, oh, my sister. Then the other person who's not from your tribe is not your brother or is not your sister. So I think we all just need to, maybe we need to start from the educational system, from our primary schools, from education, preaching oneness.
Would be easier.
An intrinsic value for patriotism, unity, and loyalty to the motherland, not just from my ethnic group or my tribe.
Would be a lot easier, and you may not even need to teach it. You just need to make the country work for its citizens. You need to make the country, the security, the healthcare, the education, the infrastructure to work for its citizens. Nigerians need to wake up in the morning, get on a train and go and walk in Ibadan, and come back in the evening train, the 4 p.m. train or the 6 p.m. train, and make it back to Lagos or even Benin and live like that. Nigerians need to wake up in the morning and go to the hospital and know that they have healthcare systems that will take care of them. They need
regardless
to send their kids to school.
Regardless of the ethnicity of the president.
So it makes it easy for you to want to defend your country when you know that your country works for you.
True.
But when your police is beating you because you wanted to protest, when you go to the hospital and there's no power and your oxygen, your babies die because they couldn't be incubated well enough, nobody wants to be patriotic to that. We'll be back with Bukky November next. Stay with us.
A lot of the jobs that exist today will not exist in the next 10 years.
10 years.
When I see people today shouting, we're not too young to run, we are ready to run. Ready to run to where?
The people of excellence are, to a certain extent, being held ransom by idiots and bandits.
Once you are in government, you believe everything you do is right. And once you are in opposition, everything the government does is wrong.
And so it's time for us to take over power.
Even if INEC opens their portal today for continuous registration, we'll rather complain than go to register.
If we go and know, are we going to change Africa? Because what did they do to make our lives better since
stories will
then?
inspire you.
Inspire us to be like who? Like Awolowo.
Inspire you to know that once upon a time, some people also struggled.
They don't even consider it that it's important
it's
to
not.
make the place conducive for people living with disabilities.
More accessible.
Because Nigeria has actually gone too far the other way to come back to look after the disabled.
Somebody rigs the election and then he's, fraudulently sworn in. He goes for Thanksgiving. The rest of us will join, Your Excellency.
Yeah.
But the day he's removed, we say he was corrupt.
Don't forget the political angle.
You mean
Just
brown
like
envelope will stop?
No, brown envelope. I don't want to say will not stop, but I've done hand like this, Sha. But quickly.
Yeah, welcome back to The Breakfast, and the conversation is now about what's trending. And bringing us conversation around trending topics on social media is our in-house social media manager, Bukky November. Bukky, I hear DJ Cuppy is back on the trend map. And what's that about?
Yes, she is. And trust me, this is a breath of fresh air going away from all the bad news we've had to endure since last week, even over the weekend. So at least we have something happy to talk about. Yeah, so yesterday was Valentine's Day for those who didn't send people Valentine's Day messages. So
I was praying, actually. I was fasting.
Right,
I spent the whole day fasting and praying for Nigeria.
And then,
because of the crisis everywhere.
But Sarah just mentioned how much food he had to eat.
No, leave him alone. He knows that. He knows how I deal with. Just leave him alone. I'll come back to you. So yesterday
came in as temptation, but I was fasting. Right. You know, the devil works in mysterious ways.
So yesterday, Copy tweeted, "Feel good, hashtag Happy Valentine's Day," right? And then it wasn't even the tweet that made people talk. It was the pictures that followed the tweets. And so she was all cuddled up and embracing Fireboy, and then there were pictures just going out everywhere, and people just started talking. Because the truth is, Copy has been in the news lately, where she was in the news last week, or she was on social media last week, where they were dragging her over the Gold Dust event where she performed. And there was just a lot of conversation around her last week, and they weren't necessarily all good conversations. So it just felt good for her to be on social media again, but for a different reason. Apparently, the pictures got people talking because they started asking questions like, oh, are they dating? Is he a boo? This one, they're using Valentine's Day pictures. Are they trying to tell us something? But we, of course, knew that there was more to it. Obviously, there was a video. There was something they were doing together, a collaboration of some sort. So they had shot the video to Feel Good, the new music they'll be dropping soon. But the fun part was that it just got people talking. And I liked the fact that people could just get distracted from the news we've been enduring on social media lately and talk about something else. Of course, the comments weren't all good comments because people were like, what is it? What are you doing with Fireboy? You're done with Zlatan, now it's Fireboy. You get.
Sorry, can I quickly highlight...
if that relationship will work, but okay.
See, it's not even about relationships. Can we just talk about how Nigerians, or most people, easily get fooled by pictures on social media? Because pictures between a male and female celebrity, you know, all cozied and loved up, is a formula to promote music that have been used over time. Just hold on. Waje and Rikasani did it. They put up cozy, you know, loved up pictures. People were talking about them, but it was just a teaser to new music they were about to release. We saw Fowls and Simi did that, you know, even with the song Chemistry, but Simi's now married to Adekunle Gold. So why do you think Nigerians keep falling for this when they see pictures of two celebrities all loved up? Okay, so there are two ways to look at it. First off is the fact that people expect, there's a possibility that things could happen. We have people abroad dating each other. It's not far-fetched. It's possible, you know. So there's this thing that, okay, probably you're crushing on a celebrity, but you still feel, it still is interesting to see the celebrity with somebody else and the possibility of them being together. It's just fun. Even though we know that it's usually propaganda, it's usually because they want to release something. Yes. But then the fun in it is just still the imagination of these people could actually be together. I mean, her sister is dating this guy. Exactly. So it's so impossible to have celebrities actually be in relationships. You understand? Anyway, so for the comments, right? We had women, no, not women, ladies, right, on social media coming for Copy, right? First off, was on Twitter, of course, she says, I know you all feel it's just a music video, but deep down, deep down, Copy wishes Fireboy was hers. He's for the girls. He belongs to the streets. We all own him, or party scatter. So apparently some of the girls actually came for Copy and they were like, nah, you can't be dating Fireboy. It might have been, they might have done that on purpose just to make the stuff trend on social media, but either way, they still said them. Next up, she says, I just hope, say, not only musical, because if he passed that one, I go protest against Copy. Hashtag leave Fireboy alone. Yeah. So you see people crush on these celebrities, but it just still feels, it's amazing when you see them together. Like, you know how it is when you have somebody you actually like, but you know you can't have that person. And then you see the person with somebody else and you're like, they don't even look good together. You start to hate. Yeah, they don't even look good.
It wasn't really a convincing photo shoot anyway.
It wasn't, but
you should tell that, you know, they're in a relationship. But it was pretty obvious that was a music video.
It wasn't as convincing as many others that we had seen. But it still just felt good to see that against all odds, Copy was still doing her thing. Yeah. Because if you saw the comments from the Gold Dust part, she is so resilient.
It was terrible. I'm not sure what happened.
It just wasn't. I don't know why people just come for. Leave her alone. Let her live her dreams. Let her be happy. You know. So it just felt good to see that people were the narrative was changing from that into something else. And it's good publicity for the music she's going to be dropping. So now you actually know that, okay, there was this time that they released video.
Yes, everyone's anticipating
and now
that
Feel
now.
Good is coming soon.
She, I'm sure, is aware that, you know, to be in the limelight on that level, you would get a lot of hate. There's always going to be people who would love you. There's also going to be a lot of people who would hate on you for no reason whatsoever. There are people who hate you because your father is rich. There are people who hate you simply because, well, you know, you're a girl in the music industry. There's numerous reasons. And so I would even give her kudos for being able to, you know, be strong enough all this while. Because if my father was that rich, after a while, I'm just going to tell man, this music, let me just go and walk, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I admire her resilience. Trust me. I was telling a friend the day the Gold Dust one was trending that she actually is doing her thing and she's just not listening to anybody. It will get to her at some point. I know it will. She's human. Yeah. But the fact that she can just wake up in the morning, dust it off and go on doing her thing is the part I like the most.
She's done, you know, pretty well in that regard, you know, and I was going to say something about, you know, if they truly were dating, it really just, you know, makes me wonder, you know, how she switches, you know, every couple of years, you know, with a new boyfriend. It was
guys do that very conveniently. So why wouldn't she?
No, I mean, I'm just thinking about, you know, how they vary from Anichebe to Asa to Fireboy.
Each breakup brings a new hit song for television.
They're just three different people. Don't understand what I'm saying.
Don't even just
you're not getting the point. They're like three different people. You know, they just have like one spec. You know,
what a man can do, a woman can do better.
No, you don't get what I'm saying.
What's good for the goose is good for the gander.
This is the point that I'm trying to make. So men have like one spec. This is what you always find.
Who told you men have one spec?
Men mostly do.
Do you mind?
Men mostly. I might agree though.
Oh, men have like one spec. This is what you always find them with.
No, men, their specs change as their pockets begin to change also.
That's another angle.
If a man can afford his true spec, you would say it's consistent. That's always where his.
I don't think men have one spec. Trust me, I do not, and we can argue this for the rest of the day. Trust me.
Yeah. I don't know. Well, anyway.
All right. So, lots of people are after copy right now, saying leave Fireboy for me, even though Fireboy don't even know who they are, but they hate to always be there. So, Copy, keep doing what you do. We love your music. Yes, lots of people might disagree, might hate, you know, might try to pull you down. But that's one of the terrible things about social media, how easy it is for people to just bring out their phones and type very hateful comments without knowing how much effect it has on the person, you know, who that's addressed to. But can't wait to hear this music and, you know.
Yeah, I'm actually looking forward to it. I think it's going to be hot, though.
The
Fireboy is on it.
Gelato performance at the Gold Dust thing, though.
Osage.
Let's not go there.
Wait, quick one. She changed outfits though, because I saw the comments about her outfit. I mean, yeah, maybe, but she changed outfits to something else. I mean, so apparently it was people just people need to chill.
Indeed.
They didn't now come with comments on the new outfit that she changed, because that was actually it was still red, but it looked beautiful. So they didn't say anything. It's the one that was not very, very important.
Osage.
Dragging Osage. We know your type.
I remember a statement, you know, that someone got his account suspended for, where he said she didn't want to pay dancers, so
please. Copy, we love you. Ignore this photo, right?
I'm just
that's the much we should take on trending this morning. Thank you very much, Bookie November, for your thoughts. Thank you, Sarage, for what you did, which was nice. No.
As always.
And thank you, Sue, for watching. We hope you enjoyed every bit of the conversation, gained inciting perspectives, you know, into the various issues that we talked about this morning on security and on the entertainment. So try to leave a great comment, a beautiful comment to somebody on social media. In fact, I dare you, go on social media, reach out to some celebrities and say something nice. You know, be the change, do something different. Absolutely. And have a fantastic day.
And if you missed out on any of these, remember to catch us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and our YouTube channel also. It is @PlusTV Africa. Good morning to you, and see you tomorrow.
What we do not understand, we will stigmatize.
What you can see is the remaining of the tanker that exploded.
He suffered equally confessed.
200 naira they collect them.
If you don't talk, then go beat you.
Now 2,500 I pay.
We can't talk about education reform if we don't decolonize our education system.
What we do not understand, we will stigmatize. Because it's just cultural. And I think it's just human nature.
They stop paying us salary. I don't like remembering it.
I am angry at Nigeria. I'm angry at this government which seems to be letting us down. I am angry at us as a people.
In the process of struggling to free myself from his hand, he tore my pants and he raped me.
Yes, I commit offense truly.
Young girl, do you know where you are going? I say, I'm going to America. I say, oh, now so that they talk, you are going to Libya, which America?
As it then mark our place, some people they die now.
This is Plus TV Africa. Big stories live here.
A lot of the jobs that exist today will not exist in the next 10 years.
10 years.
When I see people today shouting, we're not too young to run, we are ready to run. Ready to run to where?
The people of excellence are, to a certain extent, being held ransom by idiots and bandits.
Once you are in government, you believe everything you do is right. And once you are in opposition, everything the government does is wrong.
And so it's time for us to take over power.
Even if INEC opens their portal today for continuous registration, we would rather complain than go to register.
If we go and know, are we going to change Africa? Because what did they do to make our lives better since
will
then?
Inspire you.
Inspire us to be like who? Like our Lord.
Inspire you to know that once upon a time, some people also struggled.
They don't even consider it that it's important to make the place conducive for people living with disabilities.
More accessible.
Because Nigeria has actually gone too far the other way to come back to look after the disabled.
Somebody rigs the election and then he's, fraudulently sworn in. He goes for Thanksgiving. The rest of us will join, Your Excellency.
Yeah.
But the day he's removed, we say he was corrupt.
Don't forget the political angle.
You mean brown envelope will stop?
No, brown envelope will, I don't want to say will not stop, but I've done hand like this, Sha. But quickly.
Contrary to popular belief, corona is not a hoax. The virus is real. Be responsible. Wear a mask. Wash your hands with soap and water and avoid crowded places. Maintain physical distancing. Be responsible. Together, we can overcome the pandemic.
Thanks for joining us on Plus News Brief. I am Annetta Felix. Governor Seyi Makinde of Oyo State and his Ondo State counterpart Oluwarotimi Akeredolu have paid a visit to Shasha community in Ibadan, where traders at the popular market in the area had clashed on Thursday and Friday. The governors, while speaking with residents of the area, called for calm and appealed for harmonious, peaceful coexistence between the Hausa and the Yorubas in the community. The two governors also visited the palace of the traditional ruler of Shasha and urged residents of the community to stop taking laws into their hands. President Muhammadu Buhari has vowed that his government will protect all religious and ethnic groups, whether majority or minority, in line with its responsibility under the Constitution. He warns that the government will not allow any ethnic or religious group to stoke up hatred and violence against other groups. This is according to a statement by the Senior Special Assistant to the President on Media and Publicity, Garba Shehu. It said it was in reaction to reports of a breakdown of violence in some parts of the country by some ethnic and sectional groups. The president condemned such violence and gave the assurance that his government will act decisively to stop the spread of any such violence. Meanwhile, Vice President Yemi Osinbajo has condemned the violence that led to the loss of lives at the Shasha market